Hello, and thank you for listening to this brief overview of the proposed 22-23 budget. The budget is designed around our efforts to actualize our mission. And our budget supports the implementation of our strategic plan, which includes 6 strategies. Each strategy requires a substantial amount of time and energy. We have leadership, curriculum, wellness, communication, infrastructure, and resources, and partnerships as our 6 strategies. We are really proud to have a budget that supports our students by maintaining all of the necessary personnel to sustain all of the existing programs in Pleasantville. There are a few adds to personnel, such as permanent subs at BRS and the middle school, and assistant varsity basketball coaches. The proposed budget expands instructional technology support services. This is directly related to using technology to create engaging, real-world learning experiences for all students that will help them prepare to succeed in their future, which we know will undoubtedly require them to work with technology in some capacity. This proposed budget also strengthens, updates, and expands our technology infrastructure. This ensures our students and staff will continue to be safe and secure when using technology on our network and provide faster internet connection speeds, among other things. The proposed budget allocates funds towards the middle school HVAC project. Lastly, the proposed budget comes in under the tax cap. You will see on Proposition A the 22-23 budget, which is a $57 million proposed budget. Our allowable tax cap is 2.11%, and our budget has a 1.72% tax levy increase. This might be a little bit confusing because the budget is 7.2% higher than last year's budget, but is only a 1.72% tax levy increase to the taxpayers from last year. The reason for this is a one-time use of fund balance for the middle school HVAC project that has no impact on the tax levy. That means we are transferring unassigned, unused money into the 22-23 budget to support the HVAC project. The budget impact without the one-time use of fund balance is 3.6%. The second proposition you will see will be to establish a capital reserve fund. A capital reserve fund is similar to a savings account. It allows us to save for future capital improvements, which are typically hefty investments that are not able to be accomplished in a year-to-year budget. If passed, we will be able to put unexpended, unassigned funds into this capital reserve fund. When we are ready to make a capital improvement and use the money in the fund, we are required to obtain voter approval. And the third proposition you are going to see is a bond to support our middle school HVAC project. The HVAC system at the middle school has been an identified need for our district for some time. The scope of work is to replace major portions of the existing HVAC system, some of which dates back to the 50s. The new system will provide heating, cooling, dehumidification, and ventilation, utilizing an energy recovery relief air system. This project will improve indoor air quality by increasing airflow rates to dilute the concentration of airborne pathogens and carbon dioxide. The new direct digital control building management system will allow for improved efficiency and effectiveness, and we will have safer, healthier, and more comfortable learning environment for our students. We need a total of $6 million for the project, and we have proposed 3 funding sources to come up with the $6 million. The first source of money is a federal COVID-19 grant called ESSER. The district has been approved for $1.3 million towards the middle school HVAC project through these federal funds. The second funding source is the various amounts, all from the general fund. That leaves us shy $2 million to complete the project, so we need to borrow that amount. That is why we have a bond for you to vote on in the amount of $2 million. The most unique part of this is that the New York State Education Department encourages school districts to invest in their facilities by doing capital projects just like this. They incentivize it by giving school districts 51.6% in building aid on approved capital improvement projects. This means that the combined total of $2.6 million from the general fund and the borrowed $2 million are eligible for building aid at 51.6%. That is the equivalent of almost $2.4 million. We know we need a loan for $2 million. What we do not know is what the interest rate will be on that loan, and therefore total payment. We know the building aid of $2.4 million will cover the cost of the loan and $400,000 of interest. This could, pending the interest rate, have little to no cost to the taxpayers for this entire project. In summary, there are 3 propositions to vote on May 17th. The first is the $57 million budget. The second is the establishment of a capital reserve fund to allow us to save for future capital improvements. And lastly is a $2 million bond to pay for some of the middle school HVAC project. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope to see you on May 17th at the middle school. You can vote anytime from 6:30 in the morning through 9 o'clock at night.